if you have a weak gut health, if your gut health is imbalanced, then these immune cells are not healthy either. And because of that, you may notice that you fall sick frequently. The weather changes and you get sick. If anybody around you catches some infection, you are the one to catch the infection from that other person.
Welcome to Thriving with Diabetes, the podcast where we empower people with type 2 diabetes. I am your host, Ghamdan, a holistic wellness coach, helping people overcome challenges related to type 2 diabetes. As a holistic wellness coach, I have dedicated my passion for health and wellness to helping people like you navigate the complexities of diabetes. I believe that with the correct knowledge, mindset, and support, you can manage your health condition more effectively and lead a more fulfilling and vital life. In this episode of Thriving with Diabetes podcast, we are diving deep into the heart of holistic wellness, focusing on a topic that holds massive promise for those navigating diabetes, the connection between gut health and diabetes management. We are joined today by an exceptional guest, Prajakta, who is a dedicated dietitian for holistic health and a true expert in understanding how our gut health influences our experiences with diabetes. During this episode, you will not only discover the importance of this connection, but also gain practical insights and strategies that you can apply in your daily life. So I'm so excited to have our guest with me today, Prajakta Apte. As you know that our podcast is all about empowering people with type 2 diabetes to lead a more fulfilling lives, and having an expert like Prajakta on the show helps us achieve that goal. Before we dive into our discussion, I would love from Prajakta to introduce herself, share some background about her and what she does. So without further ado, I will hand it over to Prajakta. Prajakta, welcome to the Thriving with Diabetes podcast.
Thank you so much. That was an awesome introduction, and I am so happy to be here as your guest for your podcast episode. So thank you for this great opportunity.
Brilliant.
And to introduce myself to your audience, I am a registered dietitian. I am a registered yoga teacher, and I have been working as a dietitian over 2 decades in United States. I started my private practice called Right Nutrition Works about 12 years back, and since then I am trying to help one person at a time. Eventually, in my private practice, I started to work in smaller groups. So I have group programs that I offer, and I also work one-on-one with my clients depending on what their needs are. Now, back in 2016, 2017, my husband started to experience some gut-related symptoms, and he was constantly feeling bloated and gassy, and poor energy. He was not able to lose weight and improve his muscle mass. Complaints of food is being kind of sit in his stomach for a long time. So all these complaints he started with, and of course we did some research, tried to fix these things using some home remedies, which of course didn't help much. And after that he started seeing his primary care physician. He also went and saw many different specialists. All of them just said that, oh, your labs look normal, you're healthy, you're young, so there's no problem, anything that we can think of, or we don't see anything on your test results, so it must be all in your head. And that was very frustrating, because he knew that something is wrong with him, but nobody was able to pinpoint what exactly it is. So luckily in this, we came across to a functional medicine practitioner who ran a bunch of tests, very specific tests related to gut health on him, and did one-on-one sessions with him. He was successful to identify the root cause of my husband's problems, why he was suffering with all these symptoms, even if his blood work were normal or there was nothing wrong with his lab results. Basically, he helped him come out of this situation successfully, and my husband soon started to feel normal. And that was like a light bulb went into my head, and I thought that, okay, this is it. I am going to now shift my gears, and I want to learn more about gut health, because in this journey, being with him as a caregiver, I realized that how important it is to have a healthy gut, healthy digestive system. And that's how I started doing more research, and I realized that it is a foundation to our overall well-being, whether that is your heart health, whether that is your autoimmune condition that someone is dealing with, whether you are dealing with diabetes, whether you want to lose some weight. Everything gets down to your gut health and how strong or how weak your gut health is, and depends on that how you are doing. So if your gut health is stronger, you're probably able to lose the weight that you are looking to lose. If your gut health is stronger, you're probably able to manage your diabetes better and keep your A1C more under control with less efforts. Or if you have a good gut health, you will be able to kind of keep your autoimmunity under remission. So everything gets down to the gut health. So I started doing more research, took some courses, improved my knowledge, and since then I have been closely working with people who are struggling with digestive problems.
Brilliant. Very interesting story. So the health issue of your husband led you to become or to focus on gut health.
Correct. Yep,
and,
absolutely. Yeah.
That shows the importance of gut health and what can cause if we are not healthy from inside as well. And
that is true.
You know that about 70 to 80% of immune cells begin or being present in the gut.
Correct.
And unhealthy gut may affect the immune system, contribute to disease, and impact even the mental health. So
absolutely,
I think we need to dig a little bit about that. Can you give us an overview of the relationship between like gut health and type 2 diabetes? But before that, it will be like helpful if we talk a little bit about the gut health and the immune system and overall health.
Sure. So when we say gut health, I would like to talk a little bit about gut microbiome, and it is a term that some of you must have heard before, or it could be a new terminology for some of you. But essentially, gut microbiome is a community of microbes, and these are all live microbes in our large intestine as well as in our small intestine, but majority of them reside in our large intestine. And studies have shown that there are about trillions of these live microbes that we have. Rather, we have more microbes in our body than our own body cells, and there are close to 1,000 different species or 1,000 different varieties of these microbes. So there are variety of bacteria, variety of viruses, variety of fungi, variety of yeast. So all these are living together, and imagine that as a community. It is a community of the live microbes inside our gut. There are some good friendly microbes in that community, as well as there are some bad microbes in that community as well. So the good microbes are always working hard to keep us healthy, mentally, physically, and emotionally. These microbes help with the digestion of food, they help make vitamins, they keep our immune system in check. So speaking about that, 75% of our immune cells, and immune cells are the part of immune system, and immune system protects us from any type of viral, bacterial, fungal infection that we are dealing with. So immune system, these cells, they reside or they live in the lining of your gut. So essentially, when you have a healthy gut, your immune cells are strong and healthy, which means they are going to protect you from any kind of infection that you're dealing with, or these immune cells will make sure that infection doesn't even get closer to you. But if you have a weak gut health, if your gut health is imbalanced, then these immune cells are not healthy either. And because of that, you may notice that you fall sick frequently. The weather changes and you get sick. If anybody around you catches some infection, you are the one to catch the infection from that other person. I have even seen in extreme cases when people have weaker immune system, they get affected negatively with exposure to gas, fumes, personal care products, strong perfumes, because your immune system cannot deal with all these things. So having a strong gut health is extremely, extremely important. Now, going back to the bad microbes in our gut, as I was explaining you, there were good microbes and bad microbes, and good microbes are always trying to help us stay healthy. But bad microbes, on the other hand, they're always looking for the opportunity to create more problems to our health. So as long as we maintain a good balance between our good and bad microbes, where you have more number of good microbes and you have a larger diversity in your gut microbiome, it is considered as you have a strong, healthy gut. But if you have more number of bad microbes and you have a less diversity, then that means you do not have a strong, healthy gut. So maintaining this balance is extremely important. So now let's talk about the type 2 diabetes. So type 2 diabetes happens when your body has trouble using the hormone called insulin, and insulin's job is to help your cells take this sugar from your blood. But in type 2 diabetes, either your cells do not respond well to insulin, or your body is not making enough of the insulin. Now, here is where the gut comes into play. The types and the amounts of bacteria in your gut can affect how your body uses and stores the sugar. So if you have lot of certain types of bacteria that like to snack on the sugary stuff, then they make things more complicated. They might produce substances that make your body less sensitive to insulin, and it makes harder for your cells to take that sugar in. So having, again, the balanced and the happy gut microbiome is having like a very smooth traffic flow in your body, basically. And it helps your insulin to work better. It keeps your blood sugar levels under check. And you can keep your gut buddies or gut microbes happy by feeding them the food that they are looking for, which are generally fiber-rich foods.
Brilliant, very interesting information, and there are lots of information to focus on, and you emphasize the importance of gut health and healthy microbiome, and you just mentioned we need to have a balance when it comes to gut health. So let's talk a little bit about how diet impact our gut health. When it comes to managing diabetes, there is no denying the importance of diet. A healthy diet is key when we talk about blood sugar levels and how to stable our blood sugar. But my question is, how does the food we eat impact our gut health, and what dietary choices can you recommend to support our gut microbiome?
Sure, absolutely. And to answer this question, I would like to make it simple so that listeners can understand better. So picture your gut is like a garden. The foods you eat are like seeds you plant. So now if you plant good seeds, you will get beautiful flowers in your garden. But if you plant not so good quality seeds, then you might not get the best results that you are looking for. So with that being said, fiber is like a superfood to your gut garden. It is found in lot of plant-based foods such as variety of fruits, variety of vegetables, variety of whole grains, variety of beans and lentils, variety of different types of nuts and seeds. And your gut microbes absolutely love it. Always remember that the good microbes in your gut, they are vegetarians. They love to eat plant-based foods. After eating the plant-based foods that you eat, what they get is a special stuff or a special ingredient that they make, and this ingredient actually helps to keep that balance within your gut microbiome. It makes the lining of your gut very strong and healthy. So think about this lining as a protective wall. So if you have a stronger wall, you're going to be safe inside your home. It is very similar to that if you have a strong gut lining, healthy gut lining, it is going to prevent you from catching any type of infection. It is going to prevent you from getting inflammation. So always remember that you need to feed your gut microbiome the good bacteria, the good viruses, the good fungi, the food that they are looking for, because once they get healthy, they are going to keep you healthy. So make your diet, 70% of your diet should be plant-based. And that does not mean that you need to be vegetarian or you need to change and turn into vegan. Absolutely not. You can still enjoy your meat, but make sure that meat and potatoes is not the only thing in your diet, but you're also focusing on adding all these variety of plant-based foods in your diet so that you're making your gut buddies happy, and if they're happy, they're going to keep you happy.
Brilliant. Very interesting. And when you talk about plant-based food, you mean fiber.
Correct, because fiber is essentially the nutrient that is available in plant based foods. Animal based foods, such as if you do eggs or chicken or any other kind of meat, that will not have fiber in it naturally present. So, more plant based foods you eat, you're going to get more fiber. Now, as you are increasing your intake of fiber, also make sure that you are drinking more fluids, especially water, so that you are having a balance there. Many times people will focus on adding more fiber in their diet, but then they forget to keep their body well hydrated. Well, what happens is all those people will experience constipation.
Thank you for adding that as well. So,
Sure.
drinking enough water is important. Having a fiber-rich food like plant
Correct.
based diet
Yeah.
is very important. And
Correct.
is there anything about movement so to regulate
Sure.
the intense?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Any type of movement, or if you want to call physical activity or exercise, there are different terminologies people use, but definitely physical activity of your choice is very important. And my personal opinion is definitely it needs to be a part of your regular routine. You cannot just do it for 1 or 2 days in a week and then don't do anything for rest of the days. It has to be consistently done at least 5 days a week, minimum 30 minutes. If you can do more, even better. But if you have any other health problems, if your body doesn't allow you to do more than 5 days a week, that's totally fine. But minimum recommendation is to do 5 days of physical activity, minimum of 30 minutes. Now it just not just help you balance your blood sugar, because as you probably know, any type of physical movement will keep your blood sugar numbers under control. But exercise also has a positive impact on your gut microbiome. It actually promotes the growth of healthy, friendly microbes in your gut. So that helps to maintain the balance within your gut microbiome. So that is another reason you want to make sure that you're physically active.
Brilliant. Thank you for sharing these great information and insights. I want to talk about inflammation, and you know that inflammation can lead to insulin resistance, which you have already mentioned, and have a negative
Correct.
impact on blood sugar levels. How does inflammation in the gut link to blood sugar regulation and insulin sensitivity?
So think of inflammation like a little fire inside your body. And of course, it is inside your body, so you can't see it outside. It happens when your body's defense system gets activated, usually to fight off things like infections or any type of injuries that you're dealing with. But if this fire sticks around too long, then it can cause some trouble. So inflammation for a shorter period of time is actually a good thing because it helps you heal. But when this inflammation goes on and on and on and kind of sticks around for a too long time, then that can cause more problems. Now this trouble can affect your body how your body deals with sugar. So you see, when there is too much inflammation, it can mess the way your cells respond to insulin. Remember, insulin is like a key that helps your cells open up and let the sugar in. But if you are not listening well because of inflammation, then it is like the key that is not working properly. So basically, if your body is dealing with inflammation, the sugar from your blood cannot get into your cells, and then you will notice that your blood sugar numbers are staying on a higher side. Now, this can lead to definitely higher sugar in the blood, as I just mentioned, which is not what you want. High blood sugar levels over time can definitely lead some diabetes related complications if you cannot manage your blood sugar better. So again, it's like having a traffic jam in the sugar highway because the cells are not opening up like they should be, and they are not letting that sugar come inside their cells, and that's where inflammation comes into this story. So now how we can actually reduce inflammation? So eating a balanced diet with lots of fruits, vegetables, variety of whole grains, variety of beans and lentils, it is like putting a soothing balm on your fire. Okay, and that definitely help you reduce the inflammation. You definitely want to make sure that if you're someone who is also dealing with stress, so stress can cause inflammation too. So stress management is also very, very important. Staying active, so physical activity we already talked about, that is also important because it helps to get your inflammation under control. Getting enough rest and sleep, both are important, and all these things will give you a combined effect where your inflammation will be under check, and by keeping your inflammation low, you will be definitely helping to keep the traffic moving smoothly in your body and maintain the healthy blood sugar levels.
Brilliant. Thank you for sharing this information. And when we talk about gut health or good bacteria, we cannot neglect probiotics and prebiotics. Many people have heard about probiotics and prebiotics, and they ask for supplements to improve their gut health. This is like a one way to enhance or strengthen the gut health. So how do these probiotics and prebiotics fit into the type 2 diabetes management through gut health?
Sure, and what you said is right, that it is one way of managing your gut health by taking pre and probiotics. And this is very, very important because when people walk into my office and they want to start working with me, the question that I get very, very commonly from many of my clients is, okay, but why don't I just take the probiotics to improve my gut health? And unfortunately, probiotics is not a magic solution to fix your gut, to reduce your inflammation, to keep your blood sugars under control. That is just one part of this puzzle. And if you only focus on that piece, you're definitely not going to see long-term results. However, including pro and prebiotics in your diet is definitely encouraged. And I'm not against pro and prebiotics. They are definitely important. However, you just don't want to give your focus to these two and ignore other things. That will not be a right thing to do. So think of probiotics as good, helpful bacteria that set up camp in your gut. So they are like friendly neighbors who keep everything in balance. You can find these foods such as yogurt or kefir or some fermented vegetables. These are some natural sources of probiotics. By eating those foods, basically you are adding live good bacteria in your body. Now, there are also probiotic supplements available, and it is okay to take the supplements. However, make sure that you're checking the quality of these supplements. Make sure that they are naturally made. They are free of any added chemicals and fillers and colors. So basically, choose good quality probiotic supplements, or just focus on getting probiotics through your diet. I personally feel that getting probiotics through diet is a better option because it is more natural and your body recognizes anything that is natural, and it does not recognize much when it comes to any artificial things. So try to focus on probiotics in your diet, so that you get enough of these good healthy bacteria. Now, moving on to prebiotics, they are like snacks for these good bacteria, because prebiotics are the foods that your live microbes like to munch on. They are special fibers. Prebiotics are special fibers that are found in things like fruits, vegetables, whole grains like oats, vegetables like onions or garlic or artichokes. And when you eat the prebiotics, you're basically keeping your gut buddies well fed and happy. So many times people don't focus much on prebiotics. They are only focused on probiotics. So I have seen many people focusing on probiotics or using really good quality supplements for probiotics, but their diet does not have any prebiotic foods in them. What happens is those probiotics and all those efforts that you are making, they are getting wasted. You're not getting any benefits if you're not including prebiotic foods in your diet. So both are important. Now, for people who are dealing with diabetes, this tag team of probiotics and prebiotics can be really helpful. They can help improve how your body handles sugar and insulin. It is like they are giving your gut a little extra boost to keep things running smoothly. So consider definitely adding probiotic rich foods to your diet or choose good quality probiotic supplements. But at the same time, do not forget to load up your diet with prebiotic foods as well.
Brilliant. Thank you for sharing this as well. So you are not against probiotics, but you recommend them to go to eat them naturally through fermented foods, for example. There are
Correct.
some cases where you might need to take probiotics as supplements. And the second thing you are focusing is we need to feed the good or the beneficial bacteria in our gut by eating food that is rich in fiber, for example, and you just mentioned vegetables as well.
Correct.
Now let's move to the next part of this episode, which is about lifestyle changes. Without lifestyle changes, sometimes it is difficult to achieve good health or progress.
Yes.
Can you share some tips or strategies to improve our lifestyle and overall health?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So I know we already talked about importance of fiber-rich diet or fiber-rich foods in your diet. So again, just to reiterate, make 75% of your diet plant-based, add variety of plant-based foods. Always remember the term eat like a rainbow. So try to include all different colors of the rainbow for fruits and vegetables in your diet to get wide variety of nutrients, which will also help to develop a diversified gut microbiome. We already touched base on including pro and prebiotic foods in your diet, so I'm not going to talk again about it. The other thing you want to focus on is limiting added sugar. So limit your intake of added sugars. Too much sugar can lead to an upset in your gut imbalance. It adds more inflammation. So try to cut back on sugary snacks or sugary drinks. And I'm sure your good microbes will actually thank you, because by limiting your intake of added sugar, you're helping your body have more number of good microbes as compared to the bad ones, and that is what you want to do. The next strategy is definitely staying hydrated for two reasons. One is you're adding more fiber in your diet, and drinking more water will definitely keep you away from constipation or any difficulty passing a bowel movement. The other thing, well hydration is important, because when your body is well hydrated, the nutrients that you get from your food, they are absorbed better. So make sure that you stay well hydrated. Regular exercise, I know we touch base on this as well, but moving your body at least, as I said, for 30 minutes, minimum 5 days a week, is not just good for your gut health, but also for your overall health. It has a lot of mental health benefits as well. So not just physical, but even mentally you feel balanced. And there have been shown that people who exercise regularly, they have less mood swings and less anxiety and less depression. So make sure that you are physically active. The physical activity will also help to keep your A1C under control, keep your blood sugars under control. Now, even if you have a desk job where you're sitting at the desk for 6, 7, 8 hours, I recommend my clients to get out of your chair every hour or so. Maybe just stretch, bend over, do some squats, do some jumping jacks, so that the blood is flowing, the food is moving in your digestive system. It just gives you the mental energy that you need when you're doing something, or working on a project, or working on presentation, or doing your work, whatever it is. So make sure that you set a timer which will remind you every hour to get out of the chair and do some stretching and some type of physical movement. Getting adequate sleep is absolutely needed. So aim to get 7 to 9 hours of good quality sleep. I would say definitely for 7 hours for sure. Sleep plays a crucial role in supporting your overall health, including your gut function. So getting good quality sleep is very, very important. The next thing is practice mindful eating. So pay attention to what you are eating, how much you are eating, how many times you are chewing your food, whether you are eating your food in a rush, on the go, versus on a or in a calm environment. And you will, if you start observing these things, you will notice that when you eat your meal, when you are rushing, when you are on the go, when you are meeting, it leads to a different digestion. And when you eat your food in a calm environment where you are completely focused on your eating, you feel lighter and more energized after that meal. So absolutely pay attention and practice mindful eating. The last strategy I would like to talk about is reducing your toxin exposure. So we are surrounded by toxins. It is a fact, and we cannot deny that. There are tons and tons of toxins in our environment around us, including our home. So definitely there is no way we can completely eliminate toxins or toxin exposure. But we can certainly minimize it. And there are various steps you can take that would be as simple as less use of plastic containers in your kitchen, or definitely avoid reheating food in a plastic container in your microwave. Make sure that you are using cleaning products that have less chemicals in them. You are using a good quality air filter, good quality water filter in your home. Make sure that you are using good quality personal care products which have very minimum chemicals, whether that is shampoo or body lotions or your makeup products, whatever that is. So these are smaller steps that you can take to reduce your exposure to toxins around you, because this toxin exposure can definitely impact your gut health. Once your gut health gets impacted, it makes the foundation of your health shaky. So make sure that you practice these techniques or these practices, implement those, and consistently make little changes.
Brilliant. Thank you for sharing this helpful advice. Really powerful strategies that people can start implementing. They don't have to take it all in once. They can do it step by step or gradually. I have got another question for you before we finish this episode. What inspiring message or advice would you like to leave with our viewers and listeners, specifically those who are struggling with type 2 diabetes?
What I would say that don't ignore your body and any kind of symptoms your body is trying to communicate with you. So make sure that you address those on time so that things are still under your control. If you ignore them, then by the time you realize that you need to take action, things will be beyond your control. So that will be my first piece of advice. The second thing is take smaller steps. Don't feel overwhelmed. I know I shared a lot of different strategies, and you really don't need to work on everything that I said. But even if you just pick one or two things, focus on that and stick to those making those changes, you are still going to see a difference. You need to be patient with seeing the difference, because nothing happens over time. Nothing good happens over time. Nothing bad happens over time. It takes time. So being patient and consistently making one or two changes is very, very important, because every baby step you take, it is going to give you big results in future.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. How can people find you if they want to get in touch with you or learn more about you and what you do?
Sure. So I have a website, and you can visit my website at rightnutritionworks.com. Once again, this is rightnutritionworks.com. I'm sure there will be links shared in the show notes, but that will be the best place where you can learn about different services that I offer, how I work with my clients, and how to reach me, because there is my email address listed there, my phone number, depending on what way of communication you prefer. Go check out my website and you will find all the information that you're looking for.
Thank you for sharing your contact information. I believe that you have got a free workshop you want to share with our audience today.
Sure. So I do have a free workshop that I'm hosting, and this workshop is going to be on November 17 at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. This is going to be done on Zoom, and in this workshop, basically what I am going to teach people who will be attending the workshop is to uncover the lab truths for your gut balance and for your total well-being. So I'm sure some of you have experienced this, that your doctors are telling you that your labs are perfect, they look fine, but you know that something is wrong with your health. You don't feel 100% good. There is a feeling deep inside you that you don't feel healthy and something is out of balance. I am going to teach you how to read and interpret your labs so that you can get to the root of the problem that you're dealing with. We will be together able to identify the root causes for the symptoms that you're dealing with, and this way you can take appropriate actions to correct your gut balance and also to have a healthier well-being. So I'm going to cover the labs called CBC with differential, basically complete blood count with differential. And these are the common lab tests that your doctor will be ordering, or he or she must have ordered in past. And I'm going to teach you how to read those labs and interpret those values that you see on the piece of paper, and how to help yourself so that things won't get out of your own control.
Sounds very interesting. I highly encourage people to check it out, so they can go to your website, and from there they can join the
They can register.
Brilliant.
Yep, they can register, and even if you cannot join me live, do register for the workshop, because I'll be sending you the recording later so that you can watch it at your convenient time.
Thank you. Thank you, Prajakta, for that as well. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for our amazing guest, Prajakta, for generously sharing her expertise, insights, and time with us. Your contribution has truly elevated this episode, and I deeply appreciate the information you have provided. I want also to thank every one of you, our dedicated viewers and listeners, for being a part of this episode. If you are looking for additional assistance and support, I encourage you to book a discovery call with me at wellnessimpact.org. During this call, we can discuss your needs and explore how I can provide a personalized assistance while addressing any questions you may have. If you found today's episode insightful and valuable, I invite you to join our community of people who are committed to thriving with diabetes. To stay up to date for upcoming episodes, empowering discussions, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. For those who prefer other platforms such as Spotify, you can follow the Thriving with Diabetes podcast. Once again, thank you, Prajakta, for being our guest today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us in this impactful journey. Until next time, take care of your health and keep thriving.